I'm making a regional baklava from my hometown, Kastamonu. Kastamonu baklavası. Hello my friends, this is Ayşenur Altan. We are yet to celebrate one of the two major holidays in Islam, Eid al-Adha. One of the tradition is to make baklava. I shared many different Turkish baklava recipes on my channel, either from scratch with an easiest method you can make using only rolling pin from ready filo, pastry sheets with different fillings and shapes. This time I'm gonna make a special baklava using our traditional tin oklava. I'm gonna explain the method to roll out thinly. It also has a beautiful shape. We are going to stack them together, sprinkling walnuts on each layer. When it rises, it's gonna create beautiful layers and going to be so delicious. Let's begin. For the dough, I'm using 1/3 of a cup each milk, vegetable oil and water. Adding 1 egg and 2 tablespoons vinegar. First, I added 3 cups of flour and 1 package of baking powder, about 2 teaspoons. And gradually add more flour until I have soft, playable dough. I'm gonna cut the dough into 10 pieces, turn them into balls. You can dip your hands into oil after shaping to keep them soft. Cover with a plastic bag and then kitchen towel to keep them moist and wait for half an hour to rest. Meanwhile, I'm gonna grind my walnuts. This time we want it to be a bit smaller than regular size. I'm using for the baklava because we're gonna use it in every layer. I have about 225 grams of walnuts. So my dough pieces are rested for half an hour, 40 minutes. And first I'm gonna use rolling pin and flour to open a little bit into about dessert plate size, about 20 centimeter, and then switch to our tin oklava and then begin to roll using starch this time. In the beginning, use about 2 full tablespoons of starch, and usually this amount will be enough to roll out and will help you to make it easily. I want to show you slowly for the first time. As you can see, I roll out from the beginning first and then pressing the oklava from the sides, not from the dough. Quickly I rolled to the other end and then open it back. My friends, the dough is very soft and we are trying to make it thin, so it is always the best to work quickly as possible to stretch the dough before it dries out. That's why the environment also should be not airy, so we shouldn't open the windows from 2 sides. It can also affect to dry out easily. I placed my yufka onto my tablecloth. We'll close it with another tablecloth and then keep working with the others. If there is excess starch, just pat them to get rid of it and place alternately near the others. On top of each other you can also make it because we want them not to dry out too much. Actually, I could have used dampened cloth instead because my kitchen was very hot that day. To shape the Kastamonu baklavası, first you get from the yufka and then sprinkle about 2 tablespoons or as much as you want from the walnuts, and continue to place the other yufkas with the walnuts between them except the last one. Now first I'm going to cut the layers of yufka into strips. I used my finger and cut it into about 6-7 centimeters, but since it is kind of thick and we're gonna fold, you can even make it a bit more bigger, like 8 centimeters, and then cut each strip into squares and fold it into triangles like this. I'm using my rectangular medium size baklava pan. You can place it into any of your favorite pan, but if you have aluminum pan, use that one because traditionally it is the best to bake it evenly. If the environment is too hot to keep the rest of the dough dampened, you can use a damp cloth to close the other strips. You have to place them in a certain way. It was like a tangram playing to stack them nicely. So with the leftovers, I used another smaller pan and alternately stuck them, adding walnuts between the layers. Use the bigger pieces to cover the top, and I just cut it into squares. It's gonna be finished by the households in no time anyway. I have 200 grams of butter. I melted and collected the white foamy part, which we don't want because it burns and creates brown spots on your baklava when it is baked, and added about 1/4 of a cup vegetable oil. This helps to create a shiny finish, and we are ready to butter our baklavas. Some of the white foams can sink to the bottom, so try not to dip the spoon to the bottom that much. I also had a lot of white parts, so I had to drizzle the butter carefully. My oven is preheated to 175 Celsius degree. First I baked for 20 minutes, then lowered the heat to 160 Celsius degree and continued to bake for another 40 minutes, so keep it slowly. We want it to bake all the way to the inner layers. I have 3 cups of sugar and adding 2 + 3/4 of a cup water. First, stir everything on a low flame until the sugar dissolves, then heat up to medium-high until it begins to boil. Add about a teaspoon of lemon juice. I forgot to film it here. Continue to boil on medium until it thickens for about 10-15 more minutes. You should check the last drops. This is important. It should ooze a little bit. This is how you know your syrup has the right thickness. If it is too thick, you can drop a couple of tablespoons of water and then boil it again for the right thickness. Keep the syrup hot and ready on a low flame, and after the baklava is done, pour the hot syrup over hot baklava. It might sound that it will be soggy, hot to hot, but if you bake your baklava really well and your syrup has not right consistency, when the syrup sizzles, it will cover all the layers with a beautiful syrup and it will be crunchy even the next day. Perfect. The walnuts between each layers makes it even more delicious and flavorful. If you can find soft filo sheets to make baklava, I believe you can also try these shapes with them. If you do, let me know. So now it's your turn. Make sure to check my other baklava recipes from the links down below. Eid al-Adha Mubarak. Thanks for watching. I pray for the peace for the world. Thank you. I hope to see you in another delicious Turkish food recipes and travel vlogs. Afiyet olsun.